Hello, welcome back to another fabulous review on our channel. I'm Jacob from Jacob's Books Corner, and today we're going to be talking about the 10 books I read in November. This month was a mixed bag for me personally. I had 2 5-stars, I think I had 2 2-stars, I also had 2 DNFs. I had a book I didn't rate. Actually, I think I had 2 books I didn't rate. It was just like one of those months, you know what I mean? We're actually going to start with the books I don't personally have on me, and then we'll go into the 5 books I do, 5 books I don't. These are in no particular order that I read them during this month, though. So, the first one is Yearbook by Seth Rogen. This came out in May, and I got it for my dad for his trip down to Tennessee to see my grandma before Thanksgiving. And he told me, read it, read it, read it. It was a very short read. I think it took me like 4 hours or something to read. And I very much enjoyed it. I don't rate memoirs. This would probably get a 5 from me, maybe a 4. There's certain elements of it I didn't really like. I don't know if it's just an audio experience. I don't know what the book looks like, so I can't judge it on its full appearance, as I think you should for most memoirs. But from like an audio standpoint, I think it's a 5. This is just a whole bunch of different stories from his life. I mean, it is what it is. It's a memoir. I don't really know how to describe it. If you like Seth Rogen, I think you'll probably enjoy this. There's a lot of fun extra little cast members who show up throughout to tell his stories as well, which is really cool. The next one I have on this list is Eyes That Kiss in the Corners by Joanna Ho. This was a picture book that was nominated for a Kentucky Bluegrass Awards. If you guys do not know, I live in Kentucky. So I tend to pick those up as I'm curious. Those are really acclaimed. This one's also nominated for a Goodreads Choice Award for Best Picture Book of the Year. A little girl who knows that her eyes are a different shape because she's a young Asian girl who, you know, her eyes are a different shape. And it's really about acceptance and how just one difference doesn't make you so different from everybody else and things, and how it's both unique but also very similar. It was really well written. I really like it. I don't rate these books, as you know, picture books I don't rate, as I am not the target audience, but I do have to say, if you want to read it to your young one, I highly recommend. I read The Islanders by Eleanor Cook. This was weird. I thought I was going to really like this. This was read to me by Daisy Ridley. This was performed and written specifically for Audible as one of their Audible originals. I think the audiobook was maybe like 40 minutes long, maybe an hour long. It follows a girl. Actually, to be honest with you, there is no pronouns. So it follows them as they go off into an island, like, it reminded me kind of like Love Island in a way. It's like one of those reality shows and stuff. And it was just really weird. It has an interesting romance in it. Overall, the reviews and stuff seem to be pretty bad. I read it specifically because Daisy Ridley read it to me, and honestly, I wasn't really that impressed with her voice acting either. So this was not for me. Now this was a 2. Then I read Tic Tac Mistletoe. This is Heartbridge Christmas #1. I will be reading Heartbridge Christmas #2 for an extra video this month. But this is by N.R. Walker. This was an Australian, which is, I would be really curious to see how Australians feel about this book. As well as an Aussie as he travels from Australia to America. I think it's like Wyoming or something, maybe Utah. And is that the same place? Oh God. Either way, I'm horrible with geography. Travels to America to visit his sister for a few years, and he ends up traveling during Christmas, and it's a snowstorm. He rents a car on the wrong side of the road, ends up wrecking in front of this cute guy's house, and it's about their time together around the Christmas season. It was so cute. It was this is like the definition of like a perfect Hallmark movie, which is why I'm really excited to read the sequel. There is literally like barely any steam on page, which I was okay with. Minimalistic kissing, which I was okay with. I did think, even though this is a really silly, like really short book, I did think it took a little bit too long to jump into the relationship, but also, like, I understood. I respect what they were trying to do here. This is really interesting because I gave this one a 4.25 stars, which is really interesting because N.R. Walker's last book I read from her, I think I gave it like a 2 because of a lot of different things. But this is another one of those books where I was like, I would really be curious to see how Australians feel because of the different things that the author decided to do about Australia and just about the culture and stuff. So if you've ever read this and you're Australian, how did you feel about, I don't know, how did you feel about it? I'm very curious. It's been going around a little bit, and yeah, I do have a very quick little review up on Goodreads in case you guys want to know. I'm still very much looking forward to the next one. And then the last one we have to talk about is the first book I read, and that is The Hating Game by Sally Thorne this month. Oh, The Hating Game. So it did tell me I had read this like 2 years ago, and I actually think it's in a vlog. I'm not gonna lie to you. I think I read this for like a romance like bingo. I think so. I vaguely remember reading it, and maybe that's why I thought it was trash. I don't really know. I ended up giving this a 2 out of 5 stars. It made me really sad. One, Noelle is like one of my favorite booktubers. Noelle Gallagher is like one of my favorite booktubers. I adore her so much. But yeah, this was not great for me. I didn't like the romance at all. I didn't like the steam. I didn't like any part of it. I actually kind of hated it. I'm really looking forward to the movie that comes out in 2 weeks. On the 10th. It's like a Tuesday. I think it's the same week, or maybe it's not this week, but I think it's next week it comes out. And I'm looking forward to that. I think it looks great. So I'll let you guys know how it is. And I think I'll probably doing a movie to book adaptation, like the differences in the review on it. If you think that would be interesting, let me know in the comments down below. As yeah, this book I didn't really enjoy as much as I thought I was going to. So that right there does suck. It sucks a lot. But with that being said, let's jump into the 5 books I do own, and we'll talk about them. The first one being The Marionettes by Katie Weismer. I actually should have a review of this by the time this video goes up, so I'll link it up in the cards. The Marionettes by Katie Weismer follows Valerie Darkmoor. She is a blood witch, and she is trying to become a marionette, which is like a bodyguard for a vampire in this world. I really like this. This was like 5 out of 5 stars, like I said. I will have a non-spoiler and spoiler review. It should already be up on the channel. The sequel comes out a week from Tuesday, so I think this video is going up on Wednesday, so it's like less than 7 days away. I'm super duper excited for the Marionette, for Wicked Souls. The next one was a book I announced pretty early on in its run, and that is First Grade on the Right by Dandra Jones. This was a book that was recommended to me by a friend because I like paranormal so many romances, and I can understand why she recommended this. This is exactly what it is. It's about a Grim Reaper who has lots of sex. I mean, there's a plot here, but like, you have to dig for it. It really is about her just rubbing off after one another. It's just the way it is. And I can only take so much vagina talk in my life. This just had way too much of, everything. And I just did not like it. It was not for me. Maybe it's for you. I don't know. I also thought the writing was quite poor, and the narrator that I was trying to listen to this as was also quite shit. I would have to say, if I was going to try this again, I would probably physically read it, and I could probably read it in a sitting, because I could skip all the smut. There's so much of it, it's like 10 pages, that's not smut in this entire book. And I'm sure I just pissed somebody off. This is a huge series. I'm very sorry, but that's how I feel. I gave it a 2, so I didn't hate it, but I didn't love it. And then, guys, I read Red, White, and Royal Blue again, because, I needed it. I needed it this month so much. This is by Casey McQuestion, one of my favorite authors. They are beautiful. I fucking adore them. And this follows Alex and Henry as they fall in love, the Prince of Wales and the United States Sun. It was obviously a 5 stars. It's like one of my favorite books of all time. It's not my favorite book of all time. It's definitely in the top 3. Like I said, I should really make a list of that. I don't really know what they would be. But this is definitely one of them. I read it once a year, if not twice a year, since I've read it for 4 years now, 3 years now. I fucking adore it. I cannot wait to reread it again. I was even just talking to my sister about us read it for a book club, just so I could read it again this month. I was gonna read it twice in 1 month. Fucking love this book. Highly recommend Red, White, and Royal Blue if you've never read it before. Then I read some stories from this anthology. This is Vampires Never Get Old, Tales with Fresh Fights, from a whole bunch of authors that I very much enjoyed. I read the V.A. Schwab one. It's getting turned into an adaptation. So, V.A. Schwab was one of the, I think it's the last story, and that's First Kill. I thought it was good. I think I gave it a 3 out of, maybe a 4 out of 5 stars. So yeah, this sucked. I didn't really like it. I didn't rate it either, because of the simple fact I didn't read enough short stories in here to rate the collection as a whole. And it probably does work really well as a complete collection. I just didn't read it as a complete collection. I don't normally read anthologies as a complete collection unless I'm doing it for a challenge or something. This was simply, I got it for V.A. Schwab. And my last book we're going to talk about, which we're ending on a down note. I'm sorry, I should have saved Red, White, and Royal Blue for last. That was The Diviners by Libera Bray. I don't know, guys. I think I got 50% into it, maybe 40% into it, and I just called it quits. I have many plans to pick this up in the future. I think The Diviners could be for me. I just don't think I'm in the mood for it right now. I think the time has passed. I should have read it in October, but I did not. So yeah, we'll try it again probably next year, but for this very moment in time, we're not reading it. And guys, those are the books I read in the month of November. If you guys enjoyed this video, please leave it a thumbs up. Don't comment down below, hit subscribe, and I'll see you all next time for another beautiful, lovely video. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.